My shit been jacked. Legendary. Shoulder lean, the show.
If you feel like that, get your tired of these mother hip hop ass, man. We don't bite. We create trends.
Houston came with its signature sound with a screwed up, slow down. The lean kind of just fit right into it. You listen to Screw and then you're like, yeah, I get it now.
And so here we go with another one. Welcome back to the Dark Times channel. And before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you're not new to the channel and you enjoy the content so far on this channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me as well. And so recently, New York hip hop artist Fat Joe came out and said that he could sue people if he wanted to for copying his song Lean Back.
Dance, we just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Now lean back, lean back.
And one of the songs in which Fat Joe was referring to was T.I. and Young Dro's Shoulder Lean.
Balls look like Creon. No on the man though. I can shoulder lean. I don't know how to dance though.
Now this is absurd for a lot of different reasons, but mainly because there's zero likeness between the song Shoulder Lean and Lean Back, other than the word lean, which I'm gonna dive into a little bit later. But before I do, Fat Joe has got some nerve. But this is what happens when individuals go unchecked for years. And Fat Joe, for whatever reason, being on the East Coast, has been given a pass to say the N-word. He's been given a pass to say that Latinos and blacks were equally responsible for the creation of hip hop, and that it's 50-50 when it comes to black and Puerto Ricans creating hip hop. And the thing that gets me is none of his peers have publicly checked him on that. Which is why I don't have any respect for artists outside of some of the music that they make. Because we haven't heard a peep from the likes of Nas, LL Cool J, and some of the other big names that could easily check a Fat Joe when it comes to that. And you're not going to hear anything because they want to appear as neutral as possible because they don't want to take any chances on alienating the fastest growing demographic in the United States. So I'm pretty sure by their agents and other people around them, I'm pretty sure they've been told not to weigh in on that particular topic. Now that's something I can't respect because Latinos and Puerto Ricans had zero to do with the creation of hip hop. Now, if you want to say they had a hand in the evolution of hip hop, now that's something different. That's completely different from Fat Joe saying that Latinos and Puerto Ricans in particular had a hand in the creation of hip hop, and that is 50-50. And so I got a big problem with a lot of these artists not stepping up to the plate and checking a Fat Joe. And so because a lot of artists, mainly on the East Coast, have kind of sat back and sat idle, while Fat Joe and some of the other artists have been allowed to kind of go around and spew whatever they want and make up whatever they want and be as delusional as they want to be for a particular agenda. Because of that, Fat Joe has gotten bolder and bolder with his disrespect and delusion.
Nah, unbelievable. But if you use somebody's music and you sample it and you don't clear it and you don't give them no money, they can sue you. Me personally, I have never sued nobody for that. And trust me, they don't have make it rain, make it rain, or lean with it, rock with it, lean. Like my shit's been jacked. my shit been jacked. Legendary. Shoulder lean, the show. Like my shit been jacked. Like if I went to court, I'd be like Exhibit A.
Yo, look, man, real quick, man. I just seen Fat Joe, a clip of Fat Joe interview where he talking about niggas buying his music and taking his style, and he could have sued niggas. He talking about, I could have sued for lean with it. Nigga, get your motherfucking sue on, nigga. Nigga ain't took shit from you, nigga. I'm from the South, nigga. We don't bite New York niggas. Now salute, nigga. Lean Back was that. Cool, nigga. But we didn't hear Lean Back, nigga, and say, nigga, we finna make a song like that, nigga. I'm from the South, nigga. I'm from Bankhead, nigga. I'm from the West Side, nigga. We stand on our own shit, nigga. We created culture, nigga, and nigga, the music we made started a whole fucking genre, nigga. We don't bite niggas. We start shit, nigga. Fuck is y'all niggas saying, nigga? Y'all niggas be getting beside y'allself. All y'all niggas who been doing music back then and had a little success, y'all niggas be getting fucking beside y'allself, thinking that everybody bang y'all shit. Now guess what? Shout out to that boy Boosie. Guess what? When he put them lyrics back to back, niggas is really bang his lyrics. Nigga, we said lean, nigga, not lean back, nigga. How the fuck we bitch your lyrics, nigga? If you feel like that, get your motherfucking shoe on, nigga. Tired of these motherfucking hip hop ass niggas, man. Nigga, I ain't fuck all that shit, nigga. Y'all nigga talking about, nigga. I ain't bite no motherfucking Fat Joe. The fuck we look like, nigga. I'm from West Side, nigga. Bankhead shit, nigga. Born home, nigga. We don't bite shit. We create trends.
So Fat Joe picked the wrong one. And shout out to this member of the Franchise Boys. I'm not sure what his name is, no disrespect. I don't know the group like that, definitely familiar with the song, and so no disrespect to him. But shout out to this brother for speaking truth to power. And so the origins of hip hop in itself may have started on the East Coast. That may have started in the Bronx. But as far as rap goes, that's a Southern thing. They were already rapping over beats back in the 1930s and the 1940s.
I walked down to the brandy street, he declared that the Eden was the center of man, and then he decided to restore the land. He spoke to Noah stopped, he said, Noah, I want you to build me an ark. I want you to build it 3 cubits long. I want you to build it big and strong. I want it 50 high and 50 wide, so it will stand the wind.
And truth be told, the dancing was already there too. A form of breakdancing was already being done back in the 1930s and the 1940s. Because we got to remember, it wasn't until the Great Migration between the years 1940 and 1960 in which we saw over 3 million blacks leave the southern states for northern and western cities. And so with that, a lot of people in the South brought that southern culture and that southern swag to a lot of these East Coast and West Coast places. And if it wasn't for the funk, if it wasn't for some of those James Brown records being spinned, there would be no hip hop. There would be no break beats. They didn't get off the boat from Ellis Island and start doing hip hop. That's what a lot of people like Fat Joe would have you to believe. And so it wasn't New York or the Bronx that created hip hop. It was the black Americans that happened to be living in New York and the Bronx that created hip hop. Because if you remove those black Americans from New York, what do you have? You have a city full of immigrants from Italy, Ireland, and all these other different places that didn't have any of the elements of hip hop in their culture. And so that's why it's important to put everything in its rightful context to be able to tell the full story and to tell the full truth. Because if not, you get people like Fat Joe running around here trying to gatekeep something that doesn't belong to him.
My been Jack, legendary. Shoulder lean, the show.
Once again, I'm not saying Latinos and Puerto Ricans in particular didn't have a hand in the evolution of hip hop and doing their thing, because that's not true. They did. Shout out to Big Pun. If it wasn't for Big Pun, there would be no Fat Joe. And in fact, the only real talent that Fat Joe has is putting people around him who have talent. And that's a talent within itself. Shout out to Diddy. A lot of people have made a career by surrounding themselves and using other people's talent. And so no disrespect, but if there was no Big Pun, there would be no Fat Joe. And that's a fact. And so it all comes full circle. And now we have Fat Joe talking about people are stealing his music because they use the word lean in it. Because there's nothing similar about the beats. There's nothing similar in what they're talking about within the songs. And so the only thing that Fat Joe could be referring to is the word lean. And so we got to dive into that. Now, the first song that I can remember using the word lean in it, and some of y'all are probably old enough to remember this song as well. There was a group out of Sacramento, and I believe they were managed by MC Hammer, called DRS. And they were talking about that gangster lean.
I get there in that gangster lean, that gangster lean.
Now, that's the first time I ever heard it in a song. And the second time I heard it was from those Houston cats. And DJ Screw and a lot of those artists out of the South were the first ones talking about lean on their songs.
This is the Screw. Hey, you know.
And of course, that trickled down to the rest of the South and even on the West Coast. And then eventually it made its way up to the East Coast. And so Fat Joe was the definition of a culture vulture. Somebody that tries to take over something that never belonged to them. And then on top of that, they try to claim it as their own. And nobody calls them out on it. At least nobody in the mainstream media. because at the end of the day, he's only doing what he's allowed to get away with. But I think that's going to be a wrap for this particular video. I'm definitely curious to hear what y'all have to say on this one, so feel free to chime in below and make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out if you haven't done so already. And as usual, peace and chaos.